Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the next topic, that is characteristics of fungi. Okay. So in that first we discuss about the first characteristic, that is the presence of vegetative thallus. So thallus means what? It is a whole body of fungus without root, stem and leaves. They do not having any kind of root, stem and leaves. So it is called as an the vegetative thallus, that is whole body of fungus. Okay, so some fungi may be unicellular, it may be found in yeast, and some fungi may be multicellular, it is found in mold. So if you a single thread, next characteristic, a single thread like filament is called as an hyphae. Okay, so hyphae is nothing but the single piece of fungus. Hyphae is nothing but the single piece of fungus is called as an hyphae or single piece of mycelium. What is mycelium? Mycelium is nothing but a group of fungi. Suppose this is called as an, suppose single thread of fungus is called as an hyphae. Okay, when such a hyphae that are aggregate together and they are aggregate together at one place, so it is called as an mycelium. Okay, so if you take the single thread from that mycelium, then it is called as an hyphae, and when all that hyphae that are aggregate together, then it is called as an mycelium. Okay, so that the next one, the presence of thallus, as we already discussed, the thallus having two types, that is first one is eucarpic thallus and second one is holocarpic thallus. Eucarpic thallus means what? When some part of the thallus is converted into the reproductive structure, that is some only half portion of the body of fungus when directly transformed into the fungus. Suppose that half portion of that fungus is directly transformed into reproductive structure, then it is called as an eucarpic thallus. Okay, and second one is holocarpic thallus. That means when whole body of fungus, purna fungus, when whole body of fungus is directly transformed into a reproductive structure, then it is called as an holocarpic thallus. Holo means whole body. Okay, so this is called as an eucarpic and holocarpic thallus. As we here mentioned, it is compulsory ask for examination. A group of hyphae is called as an mycelium. Okay, hyphae means a single thread of mycelium or fungus. There are two types of mycelium, that is aseptate mycelium and septate mycelium. Okay, so in that septate, first we discuss about the septate mycelium. When mycelium is divided by the cross wall, here the mycelium is there. When mycelium is divided by the septa or the cross wall, when mycelium is divided into septa or cross wall and they are divided into suitable compartment, mycelium is divided into suitable compartment, then it is called as an septate mycelium. And aseptate mycelium, there is no any such a compartment is present in fungus or mycelium, then it is called as an choanocytic or aseptate mycelium or hyphae. A means absent, septate means septa or cross wall. Cross wall is absent, is called as an aseptate mycelium. Next, that septate mycelium having two major types, that is ectophytic mycelium and endophytic mycelium. Ecto means what? On the external surface. So the hyphae or mycelium grow on the external surface of an epidermis. On the upper surface of leaves, epidermis is also present just below the cutin. So on the external surface of epidermis, when there is a growth of fungus, okay, then it is called as an ectophytic mycelium. An endophytic mycelium, when the hyphae grows or fungi grow inside the epidermal cells by means of special sucking organ called as an hostorium. So ectophytic mycelium is observed in case of powdery mildew, म्हणजे द्राक्षावरचा भुरी रोग, powdery mildew. आणि रस्ट म्हणजे तांबेरा, त्याच्यामध्ये एंडोफायटिक मायसिलियम सापडती. तांबेरा, गव्हाचा जो तांबेरा रोग आहे त्यामध्ये एंडोफायटिक मायसिलियम सापडती. इथं तुम्हाला दिसतंय एक्टो ऑन द एक्सटर्नल सरफेस ऑफ एपिडर्मिस देर इज ग्रोथ ऑफ मायसिलियम. ओके, अँड ऑन इथं एक्टो दिसते तुम्हाला, एंडो, इथं ectophytic mycelium, here endophytic mycelium. Here in ectophytic mycelium there is a growth of fungi and they grow inside the epidermal layer, and that spherical shaped structure is called as an hostoria, which is helpful for the absorption of nutrient and water from the tissue of that cell. Then that endophytic mycelium is again divided into intercellular mycelium, intracellular mycelium, and vascular mycelium. There are three types. So intercellular means what? Inter means in between, and cellular means cell. When mycelium is grow in between the cells, that is that mycelium, this is spore, and that spore grow, they enters inside the host tissue, and that grow in between the cell. This is first cell, second cell. When they grow in between that two cells, then it is called as the intercellular mycelium. Okay. For example, rust. Intracellular means what? When that spore, this is fungal spore, when they directly grow inside the tissue, they do not grow in between the tissue, they directly grow inside the tissue with the help of that such a spherical structure called as an hostoria, then it is called as an intracellular, that is directly within the cells. And vascular tissue, those mycelium grow on the vascular tissue, that is on the xylem and phloem tissue of the roots, then it is called as an vascular mycelium or fungus. Okay, then regarding the cell wall of fungi, the cell wall of fungi is made up of the substance called as an chitin or cellulose. 90% cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin. So chitin is very important, which is that fill in, this is asked for your fill in the blanks. Compulsory it is asked for fill in the blanks. The cell wall of fungi is made up of which substance? Chitin or cellulose. Regarding nutrition, as we know that fungi is heterotrophic in nature. So they absorb the nutrient from others. They depends on others for the food material, depending or according to the manner of they obtain the food. They are divided into three types. First one is saprophytic mycelium or fungus or saprobes. Saprobes means what? Those fungi or organism requires dead organic matter to complete its life cycle, or they obtain the food material from dead organic matter is called as an saprophytic mycelium. For example, mucor. Then symbiotic fungus, which are the symbiotic fungus? When two fungus or when two dissimilar organism living together and they both are mutually benefited with each other, then it is called as an symbiotic relationship. For example, mycorrhizae. Next one, parasitic or parasite means what? Those fungus or organism which obtain the food material from living tissue is very important. It is obtained from the food material from living tissue of the plants, or completely depends on the host for the food. Okay, so that parasites is again divided into three types. First one is obligate parasites, that is called as an biotrophs. So again same definition, those organisms which requires living host or tissue to complete their life cycle, then it is called as the obligate parasite. And next one, non-obligate parasite or necrotrophs. Necrotrophs means what? Those fungus or organism which kills the host tissue and they lie on it or grow on it, then it is called as an necrotrophs. Next, the necrotrophs is again divided into two types, that is facultative saprophyte and facultative parasites. So facultative saprophyte means what? Those organism which is actually or originally parasitic in nature, but due to certain environmental unenvironmental condition, it behaves as a saprophyte, and it is called as a facultative saprophyte. Then facultative parasite, just opposite to facultative saprophyte, those organism which is actually or originally saprophytic in nature, but due to certain environmental condition, they behave as a parasite. For example, Pythium fungus or Phytophthora fungus. Next, they are eukaryotic in nature, that is all the or fungi is eukaryotic in nature because all the cell organelles are well developed. For example, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, chromatin, nucleolus, nuclear membrane, all they are well developed. So they are eukaryotic in nature. Regarding sexual method or sexuality, fungi is reproduced by both means, by sexual method and asexual method. So in next semester we discuss what are the different methods, sexual and asexual method in details. Next, regarding the life cycle, it having the simple to complex life cycle, because from the single spores a complex structure is formed. Then they saprophytes, that is they are fungi is microscopic and macroscopic both, and distribution or they occurred in, they are cosmopolitan in nature, that is they occur where there is optimum amount of moisture is there. So this is about the total characteristics of fungi. So if you have any difficulty, so you can ask me. Thank you.